So we've been saying to you, some of you liked the analogy, that all of this desire is gathered in what we've been calling a vortex of creation. It's the vibrational version that exists before it manifests into your experience. And we've been saying things to you like when you're in the vortex, when you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, when you're up to speed, when you're a vibrational match to this vortex, then you feel wonderful because there's no resistance within you that is complicating things, that is contradicting things, that is adding static to the equation. You're in the vortex. You feel wonderful. It was such a good analogy. We wrote some books about it. Get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex. You finally sent out a collective cry. How? Where is it? I can't see it. It's an imaginary circle that you draw in the air. What is this vortex? And we say it's this conceptual but real, vibrational state of being. And today we're wanting to say to you that you've accumulated enough in this vortex to keep yourselves busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. Really, it's time to get in there and cash in your chips. And so now we're explaining to you, and it's sort of where we started many years ago, but with more vivid explanation, and you're getting it in a more powerful way. We want you today and forevermore, which is forever, your eternal beings, to focus upon your point of attraction. Your point of attraction. And by that we mean, let's clarify it, your point of manifestation. Now your point of attraction has already occurred. You sifted and declared, you sifted the contrast and came to conclusions. You launched these rockets and they exist. You have created a vibrational reality. You have. But you want, it's the reason you're here in these bodies, you want the manifested version of it. You don't want a virtual lover. We know you don't. You don't want virtual money. You want the spendable kind. And so the way it moves from that vibrational place into your manifested experience, where you can explore the deliciousness of it, the specifics of it, and where maybe even others who are sharing your time-space reality may witness your creation of it. In order to do that, you have to take personal, deliberate control of your grid, of your point of attraction. So as we use the word grid today, and we will, a lot, what we're talking about is your point of attraction. And your point of attraction is happening all the time, whether you know that it is or not. In other words, whatever you've been giving your attention to, you've offered a vibration about, and as you offer a vibration about it, law of attraction makes it easier to offer more vibrations about it. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And the beliefs that you hold make up the grid that you've got going on. Now we want to call your attention to this non-physical part of you, this source energy part of you, because that source energy part of you has a grid going on too. And the goal, what you really want, what you want to do in any moment in time, is to focus in such a way that causes you to offer a vibrational output, which causes you to create a point of attraction, which we are calling your grid, a grid that lines up with the grid of the source within you. And when all of that energy is flowing right up from the core of who you are, now you have power. Now you have clarity. Now you are frisky. Now you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Now you have vitality. Now you have clarity. Now you have all of those things. And the most important thing is that in that alignment with all that you are, your point of attraction, the evidence of it is wonderful to behold. Because when you click in with all of those things that you've been putting into your vortex, then in a meaningful, comfortable, logical, sequential, path of least resistance way, everything that you want to its smallest detail flows into your experience in what you experience as the next logical step. It's just the next logical step. Not something that you're going nuts about. It's the next logical step. If you're in the vibrational vicinity of who you really are, then the next logical step is for it to manifest. And we want to appeal to your logic, and then we're going to throw it open for you to talk about whatever you want to talk about. But we want to appeal to your logic about your grid and about the movement of all that you've been gathering, that has been assembled, and that the cooperative components are already gathered around, about the movement of all of this wonderful stuff that you've created flowing into your manifested experience. We want to remind you that you don't want to eat all of the food that you will eat in this lifetime today. You want to eat some of it today, but you want it to come incrementally so that you can savor it and enjoy it, yes? And the same with the contents of your vortex. You don't want it all today. You think you do, especially those things that you're standing in conscious awareness of the absence of. Oh, Abraham, I'll just take this and this and this and this and this today. And we say, it's coming. It's coming at the speed and in the frequency and in the path of least resistance, in complete and utter and only response to your vibrational tending to your grid, to your point of attraction. We think you've got it. What do you want to talk about? We're eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. Don't worry about it. We will fill in the cracks. We want you to know, most important, standing on your chair does not help. This gathering gathered before you dragged your physical bodies here. And if you heard what we said, then everything that you want to talk about collectively, all kinds of people around the world participating with us here too. Everything that you've been thinking about, that you want clarity about, is in your vortex. And it is our promise to you that the grid will fill in today with the specifics of what you want to know about. So, where to begin? So today, we're going to talk about alignment. We've been calling this gathering the art of allowing for a number of years. And the reason that we like that title so much is because it speaks to what your true power is, and it speaks to what your true path to that power is. Because if you care about discovering and practicing, it's why we call it an art. It's something you work at until it clicks into knowledgeable place for you. When you practice the art of allowing, what is it that you're allowing? You're allowing your alignment with the source within you. You're allowing your resonance with the energy that creates worlds. You're allowing your vibrational alignment and resonance with all that you've been asking for. The way we've been describing it to you in as simple terms as possible is that in your physical form, you are an extension of that powerful non-physical energy. And you came to explore the leading edge contrast for the express purpose of finding more leading edge. Because as eternal beings, you know, new thoughts are important, new ideas are important, new desires are important, new reasons to summon energy are important. And you also know that you can't stand still, that you can't stand in satisfaction where you are. You must keep reaching forward. You must keep reaching into more. So you came as an extension of source energy, intending deliberately to explore the variety that surrounds you, knowing that by knowing what you don't want, you would know more clearly what you do want. And you knew that contrast would be there for you to see and to choose from in every moment of every day. And so you came forth to explore, and every time you explore, even in something that is really known to you, you are still refining it and coming to further conclusions about how it would be better still. The improvement never stops, because that is what life really is about. Not because it's broken and needs to be fixed, but because it's eternal and will always be in the state of becoming. So when you get into the flow of this eternal becoming, and you begin enjoying the process of the becoming, then you no longer feel uncomfortable about the contrast, because you know it is necessary to the becoming. We want you to know that there are always reasons to want more, that you are always refining, and that when you have that knowledge, that attitude, that nothing has ever gone wrong, it's just another door opening for more to come to you. That is the reason, in fact, that you come back again and again and again. You don't say, I'll go forth and this time we'll get it right. We'll decide what politics are right. We'll decide what religion is right. We'll decide what is the proper way to raise children. We'll decide what is appropriate food to eat. We'll get it all decided and we'll write it down. Maybe we can get God to write it on tablets and put it somewhere. We'll get it all written down, and then we will come forth and we will find a way of complying with what has already been decided. We will be obedient. And we say, you will be bored. And you would really be dead, and there is no such thing as dead. You would be finished if you did not have the opportunity to explore and come to your own personal new conclusions about what you want. Life would not flow through you. And what we want to convince you about is that once you come to those personal conclusions, no matter how broad or narrow or important or unimportant you deem them to be, once you come to those important conclusions, once you come to a decision about something that you want, the energy that creates worlds lines up behind you, lines up to support you, lines up to fuel you and feed you in the same way that the energy that creates worlds, because this is how it works, you see. You are a leading edge creator, and you are meant to come to new decisions. So whether you ever hear this from us or anyone else or not, it really would not make any difference, because it doesn't stop it from happening just because you're unaware of it. Just because you don't know that you're a leading edge creator doesn't mean that you aren't. And just because you don't know that you are a vibrational creator doesn't mean that vibration is not responding to you. And just because you've never heard of law of attraction doesn't mean that it doesn't consistently respond to the vibration that you're offering. All of those things are happening even in your ignorance of them. We call that creating by default. So even if you don't know why you're here, you're still here. And even if you don't know why you're exploring contrast, you still are. And even though you don't know you're giving birth to rockets of desires, you still are. So step one of the creative process is always happening, whether you know that it is or not. You are all contributing to the vortex, this vortex of creation that is the newly found desires that you are collectively adding to and individually adding to. So whether you know it or not, you are synthesizing life, and you are giving birth to new desires, and you're fulfilling your reason for being, because you are reaching into what is and asking for more, even if you don't put it into those words. And the source within you is always doing its part by riding the rocket of your desire, holding fast to the new idea, and finding vibrational resonance with it, and focusing completely and singularly upon it, meaning no split energy, holding it for the ready manifestation that you are calling fulfillment of whatever it is you've been asking for. So step one happens without you knowing it, and step two isn't your work anyway. But step three is what we are calling the art of allowing, is your work. And that work is, you must if you want to feel good. You must if you want to find resonance with who you are. You must if you want to fulfill your reason for being. You must find a way of being a vibrational match to what you have through your life's work put into your vortex, into this vortex of creation. You must find a way of becoming a vibrational match to this idea, to this newness that you desire. You must find a way to feel prosperous even before the money comes or the money can't come. You must find a way to feel clarity even in confusion. And you might say, well, that doesn't sound that easy. And we say, it's easier than you have been believing it to be. Because you have the ability to find the thought of something. You don't need the manifestation of it first. Many people say, well, show it to me and then I'll believe it. And we say, we understand that because there are plenty of people around you showing you things, but often you find a way of still not believing it for yourself. You believe it because someone is experiencing it, but you often don't believe it for yourself, you see. We want you to understand that you cannot wait to see it before you believe it. And if you will find a way of believing it before you see it, then it must show itself to you. We've enjoyed this experience more than words can convey. And fortunately, words don't need to convey it because vibration does. You're doing extremely well. We had a leading edge discussion today, and you are forever vibrationally altered as a result of it. We are eager about what's coming next. We know that you know what to do. Look for things to feel good about. That's it. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain stubbornly in the vortex.